welcome to this episode of Wealth Without Borders. And I'm Howard, based in Shanghai, and I'm very privileged and proud to have André on the show today. And André, could you just start by telling us where you're based and what the weather's like?
Well, thank you very much, Howard. A pleasure to be on your show today. I'm also based in Shanghai, like yourself, right. And I've been so for the last 15 years.
Okay, and how's the weather today? Because I'm stuck in my office, can't see it.
That's a good question. It's sunny and warm. Summer is slowly but surely arriving in Shanghai. That means hot and humid days, right?
Fantastic. Excellent, good. So the title of today's show is Being Prepared for the New Normal. And André Gisiger, right? Have I pronounced that correctly?
That's good, yes.
André Gisiger, he's the co-founder of Glo Coach. And that's a virtual coaching platform that accelerates leadership excellence. And André is a native of Zurich in Switzerland, and his professional background spans several industries, I believe, including education, financial services, high-tech and consumer goods. So we're delighted to have André here. He's got over 20 years of working experience in Asia, Europe, and the Americas. So André, it's going to be 8 questions in 8 minutes. You'll be slightly under the gun, maybe.
That's okay.
I'll let you know how much time we've got for each question. So let's make a start. So question number 1, André, who is your ideal client?
Well, Howard, really any organization or individual looking for change and willing to make willing to work with an expert to overcome challenges they face.
Okay, and when you talk about those challenges, question number 2, 7 minutes 37, what is the problem that you solve?
Well, we work mainly in 3 areas. One is organizational transformation, the other one is leadership development, and the third is behavioral change. So for example, we help companies to become more agile. And that means we can't just work with executives on a strategic level, but we also need to work with mid-level managers on the implementation, and of course, frontline managers on execution. So many coaching solutions out there are really focused on executives only. And what we felt was that it's important to work with the entire organization. So agility is really bottom up and not top down. So this is about engaging and empowering frontline managers as well.
Okay, so the problem then is across the organization, right? In a sense.
It is because if you want to transform an organization or be ready to develop talent for the future, you can't just work with the executives. It's important to include the key talent on the mid-level and as well the high potentials on the lower levels of the organization. Correct.
I'm with you. Yeah, very good point. So 6 minutes 14 left. Question number 3, what are the typical symptoms that people experience when they have?
Well, the reality is today we are forced to adapt to new situations. We are increasingly living in a VUCA world. And of course, now with COVID-19 outbreak, this is just a recent example that we live in a highly connected and interdependent world. So I firmly believe really there are 3 kinds of companies or organizations. One is the ones that thrive in this environment, and then you have those who are able to adapt, and then you have those who falter and die. And so looking at the challenges people are facing, this uncertainty, it's really about understanding that you need a flexible team that can address challenges as they come in, and even better, obviously, be ready proactively to address challenges. So this requires skills, and this requires constant updating of key skills. And so what we do, we provide a solution to address challenges for individuals in organizations as they are needed on a real-time basis. So I would say, furthermore, of course, now with COVID-19, there's been an increase in importance of virtual solution, very much like our conversation today, Howard. And so this is, of course, from a practical perspective because of lockdowns, but certainly also from a financial perspective, as this saves tremendous costs.
Okay. And 4 minutes 22 remaining. What are the common mistakes people make when they try to solve that?
That's a great question, Howard. I do feel that people often look back at old solutions for new problems, and that doesn't work. The new normal, as the title suggests, requires us to look at the challenges through a new lens. People are successfully mastering the new normal are the ones that are proactive and not reactive. So that, again, as I said, means developing new skills and updating them as you go. And these are some, for example, topics that we're looking at are blended team management. So how do you engage and manage your team remotely or in a combination of some remotely, some in person? But it also means things like OKRs. So a new way of managing your organization, design thinking, etc. So these are some of the key topics that we see popping up, and organizations are often not ready to really deal with this.
Okay.
So what we are doing then is, with our coaching approach, we blend traditional coaching, which is asking questions and not giving answers, but also with elements of mentorship and advisory to drive results more quickly.
Great. Sounds fascinating and innovative. So 3 minutes only remaining. Number 5, what's one valuable free action that people who are checking out this show can implement today that will help them solve some of the problem, not all of it, obviously?
Of course. I think it's really about analyzing what the challenges are the organization is facing, and you need to look at where do I want to be in 12, 24, 36 months from now. So as an individual, as a team leader, or as a person leading an organization. So you look at the gap where you are now to that particular goal, and then you look at what are the behaviors that are limiting an individual, yourself or a team leader, for example, in driving and achieving that goal. So then you need to prioritize the changes that you want to make. And for organizations, I think it's really important to involve all level stakeholders so that you can make the team members own that responsibility for themselves and the organization.
Okay, 1 minute 57 to go, Andre.
Okay, let's speed up.
What's one valuable free resource that you can direct people to that will further help them with that problem?
Lots of good online resources. Go to our website, glocoach.com, and you can download white papers as well as articles, or sign up for our weekly newsletter that will give you access to free webinars as well.
Great, that's glocoach.com, and we'll put that link into the podcast. 1 minute 26 remaining. Question number 7, what concept or book or program or talk has been most impactful in your own experience?
Yeah, there's been a lot of them actually, but one book that I recently read that really impressed me was The $1 Trillion Coach, which is about Bob Campbell and really the playbook for successful Silicon Valley companies. This was co-written, by the way, by Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google and chairman of Alphabet.
Fantastic. 55 seconds to go, Andre. Question number 8. What's the one question I should have asked you that I didn't that would give great value to our audience? And what's the answer in 45 seconds?
Okay, well, honestly, I thought about this and I would like to turn this around and ask the audience, what can you do or ask yourself to ensure that you are ready for the challenges of the new normal that you are facing? Because I do firmly believe it's about being very self-reflective and understanding where the gaps are that will make you better prepared for the future.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Andre. I think turning questions back on ourselves is key to success, as you've said, in getting prepared for the new normal.
Yep.
Thank you very much indeed.
Great. Well, it was my pleasure to be on the show. And good luck to you as well, and enjoy the Shanghai summer heat.
Thank you, I will. Many thanks for checking out Wealth Without Borders podcast. I'd love you to head over to iTunes, subscribe, and leave us a review. And if you'd be kind enough to do that, I would really appreciate it. And then if you want to know more about what I do, check out wealthwithoutborders.net.